most hated man in Britain. All your lies didn't work. And the best thing is, we're unifying the people. Exactly what you wanted to stop. You wanted to divide them. You wanted to separate us. So we look divided. Come on.
Back up, mate. Back up.
Come on.
The moment Tommy Robinson appeared at the head of a massive protest in the heart of London became an image that shook the public and ignited fierce debate across social media. The streets turned into a sea of people, flags, banners, and thunderous chants, creating an atmosphere that was both electrifying and politically charged. Notably, the scale of this demonstration has been compared to, and by some even said to surpass, what is expected to happen on the upcoming 1319 event, which is projected to be one of the largest protests in modern history. Robinson's presence was not just symbolic. It showcased his ability to command attention and mobilize huge crowds around divisive issues such as immigration, national sovereignty, and public safety. For his supporters, it was proof that the movement is growing stronger and ready to confront the authorities head-on. For his critics, it was a stark warning about the rise of an increasingly extreme brand of populism that could further inflame social tensions. Regardless of perspective, the image of Robinson leading millions has already become a powerful political and visual milestone, one that signals turbulent times ahead on Britain's political stage. Now let's move on to the next news story.
Well, since Sadiq Khan became Mayor of London in 2016, crime on our streets in London has soared. Tube crime rates have more than doubled from 9 per every million journeys to more than 21 last March. Despite the rise in crime, last month the Met Police announced the closure of nearly half of its public counters as it battles a 260 million, get this, another black hole in its budget. An emergency meeting was held at City Hall on Wednesday to discuss the closures, but the Mayor of London and, of course, Police and Crime Commissioner Sadiq Khan was nowhere to be seen. He sent his deputy along instead.
The Mayor is making this decision. Why isn't he here?
The Mayor has sent me as his Deputy Mayor for Police and Crime.
When was the Mayor actually told this was happening?
The Mayor has, as well as all of us, been involved in the conversations about the budget since September last year.
So he knew about the front counters closing last September, did he?
Yeah, it's exhausting just watching that, isn't it? Well, joining me now is leader of the Conservative Group of London Assembly, Susan Hall. Susan, thank you very much for joining me this evening. I saw that video online and I was just absolutely baffled by it, Susan, because it not only did it seem like the Deputy Mayor for Police and Crime couldn't answer a question, but of course Sadiq Khan, who is the Police and Crime Commissioner, was totally missing. Where was he?
Oh, goodness knows, he was probably abroad somewhere. I mean, that's what he does. He flies all over the world telling people they mustn't fly all over the world because of it's bad for everybody. I mean, he's hopeless. He never comes. He doesn't like scrutiny whatsoever. And his deputy mayor very, very rarely is able to answer any questions, as you could see by that video.
Yeah, one of the questions I had for you was that I saw a question was asked perhaps by yourself or one of your colleagues in City Hall that as part of the closure of all these front desks across London, they couldn't tell how many people are actually visiting police stations. Is that right?
No. Yes, that's right. They don't. They'll only count the amount of crimes that are logged there. But of course, people go in there for lots of other things. People go in there sometimes to talk to a police officer, to hand in property. I mean, the list goes on, but they never record any of that. So it looks far worse, if you like, that there are far fewer people going in than there actually are. No, it's not recorded anywhere. It's dreadful. We're losing 1,700 officers off our streets. And as you know, as well as anybody, Alex, things are getting much worse out there.
Yeah, they really, I mean, I'm a born and bred Londoner, so I've seen it go downhill. The theft and the crime is just through the roof. Susan, I saw some disturbing footage earlier on today of a man who was apprehended, let's say, by citizens on the tube. He had completely stripped off. He was screaming and shouting at people, clearly had mental health issues, but he was naked from the waist down, and average Londoners had to step in and escort him and throw him essentially off of the train because he was completely naked and somewhat aggressive in front of children. Are our Londoners having to take crime into their own hands?
Well, do you know what? In that instance, I'm glad they did, because I've been getting so fed up so often. You'll see something happening. You'll see police officers attacked. And what happens? You get a whole load of people standing around filming it. Well, actually, instead of filming it, get stuck in and see if you can help those officers or people in trouble. Don't just take pictures of it. And so whilst perhaps they were a little bit more physical than they might have needed to be, that man was standing there naked with loads of children on that train. We have got to step in sometimes. The British Transport Police, actually, not the Metropolitan Police, are responsible for the railways. But in all fairness, I mean, you can't have somebody in every single carriage. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
So I applaud those people that got involved. I think more times we should all get together and sometimes stand up to some of these people that are behaving so atrociously.
Just very, very briefly with you, Susan. Obviously, I have to be fair here. And Tory cuts to policing really has impacted not just, of course, London, but across the country. Do you think that there's something to be said that the Tories should take some accountability for that?
Of course, we have to take accountability for quite a few things that went wrong, as well as the things that did go right. I mean, nobody remembers that, which is fair enough. We did make mistakes. The big loss of police officers was back quite some time ago. And of course, the Conservative government did put those numbers back. The ones that we lost, people talk about the 20,000 police officers. The Conservatives put those back before we came out of power. So, you know, it was put right. They should never have gone. But of course, when we took over back in the day, 14 years ago, there was literally no money, as we know. So,
and
cuts had to be made.
It seems like that's an ongoing theme in our country, doesn't it, Susan? Thank you so much for joining me there. Susan Hall, leader of the Conservatives in London City Hall there.
Since Sadiq Khan took office as mayor of London, crime on the tube has more than doubled. A deeply concerning trend for commuters and public safety. Yet, at the very moment when law enforcement visibility and accessibility should be a priority, the Metropolitan Police is moving to shut down nearly half of its public counters, reducing one of the few direct contact points between the public and the police. This decision has sparked outrage, not only because of the crime statistics, but also because of Khan's apparent disengagement from the issue. His absence from an emergency meeting on the closures speaks volumes, reinforcing accusations from political opponents like Susan Hall, who points out that he never comes and doesn't like scrutiny whatsoever. To critics, this isn't just about missed meetings, it's about a pattern of avoiding accountability while Londoners bear the brunt of worsening safety conditions and diminished police presence.